Good morning, everyone. My name is Sonoo Thadaney, and I have the joy and pleasure of serving as the Executive Director for the Stanford Presence Center, and you'll hear more about us in our work through the day. I'd like to start by first welcoming all of you and prioritizing an entire day for what you and I both know is a really important subject matter. I want to start by introducing my colleague, Trene Hawkins, from the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, who has helped underwrite a large part of today, as well as the seed grants that will come out of this program. Trene?
Thank you, Sonoo. So I'm thrilled to help Sonoo welcome you all today. I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about the importance of innovation and equity in healthcare and how RWJF thinks about the future of health. So for those of you who are familiar with Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, you may have heard us talk about our culture of health vision. This vision describes a future where everyone in this country can live their healthiest life possible. It's a future where every family can afford to visit the doctor's office. When they get to the doctor's office, they get the care they need. And it's also a future where providers are able to take time to listen to their patients and really hear what issues they care about most. My background is in biomedical sciences, so I get all worked up about the promise of innovations that can improve health. But I've also learned about the intentionality it takes to ensure that those innovations help and don't hurt those that stand to benefit the most. More often than we'd sometimes like to admit, we've ignored the human toll of innovation in healthcare. The infamous Tuskegee experiments and many similar violations still stain the reputation of medical research and undermine the trust those communities have in our healthcare system. So how do we get innovation right? How do we innovate in a way that's truly inclusive and will improve health for all, not just a select few? It's clear to me that in our current tech age, we'll only get to a culture of health when health sits alongside humanity as our core values baked into every decision we make about the innovations we develop and usher forward. So we're thrilled to kick off a year-long journey with the Presence Center to look at these issues. We're interested in understanding how AI can help us build a culture of health and how it could unintentionally send us off course. So I want to thank Sonoo and Abraham for their passion and commitment to these issues, for helping to map this journey ahead of us. And I'm excited for all that's in store today and to help set the tone for this year ahead of us.
Thank you, Trene. I'd like to remind everyone to turn off their cell phones if you haven't already, or any other devices that might choose to ring inadvertently. And I want to start by acknowledging the village that it took to pull this room together today. It includes, of course, the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, and at the bottom you'll see the Center for the Advanced Study of Behavioral Sciences, led by Margaret Levy, whom you'll hear from later, as well as the Stanford McCoy Family Center for Ethics and Society. Rob Reich and team should be somewhere in the audience. Hello, Rob. Thank you so much for coming and your support. And Mark Musin, who leads the Biomedical Informatics Research Unit within the Department of Medicine here at Stanford. And his colleague, Jonathan Chen and Nigam Shah, will be on stage later today, and you'll hear from them as well. Jason Wang is somewhere hiding back there in pediatrics, who's been a strong supporter for our work, and we thank you. And you'll hear from Nigam later on this afternoon, as I said. Our chairing committee is as diverse as the audience out here. I'd like to actually start at the bottom, if I may, with Tina Hernandez-Posad, Roberta Katz, David Grusky, and Margaret Levy, all of whom you will hear from later this afternoon or during the day. Donna Zulman, who should be here somewhere in the audience, is a physician and leads the Stanford Presence 5 work on researching what it takes to engage patients at that encounter between patients and physicians. And finally, David Grusky, who I said you'll hear from later, and then Abraham, without whom nothing would be possible. Abraham is shaking his head there, but he knows, and we all know, that he's the giant whose shoulders on both I and all of us stand on. And he has been a physician for decades, is an award-winning writer of both fiction and nonfiction, and was most recently the recipient of the National Humanities Award from President Obama. So thank you. Please join me in thanking them for helping put this together. If there's one word I want us all to take away from today, it is a word I heard Trene use this morning, which is intentionality. We are great and brilliant in the silos that we work and live in to build and create solutions that we believe will have the impact that we would like them to have. But it is only by engaging diverse stakeholders at the table, and in the world of AI and medicine, it's patients, what we call their family, which is their friends and family, the unpaid caregivers. On the clinical side, it is the physician and the larger team that supports that physician, the larger community, the payers, the technologists that help build the products. It is by engaging these wide range of stakeholders when we build solutions of AI in medicine, are we going to be able to accomplish the intentionality we all want, rather than the cleanup we end up having to do otherwise. So you'll see that as a theme that looks to connect through all the talks and speakers you'll hear today. And we look forward to engaging you both today and beyond in the work we do. Behind the scenes, you've all gotten 1 million emails from Robin. And at the front desk today, you might have met Nancy and Talia. The back end from the website, we had Zach, Cassie Myers, and Errol Ozdalga, without whom we wouldn't be able to communicate with you. So I thank them for their effort and their work in supporting what we do as well.
The preceding program is copyrighted by the Board of Trustees of the Leland Stanford Junior University. Please visit us at med.stanford.edu.